The HBO miniseries Band of Brothers accurately depicts Major Richard Winters as one of the best military leaders in modern history.
You've done it now, Yanks. You've captured me.
Whereas the fictional Captain John Miller from Saving Private Ryan is one of the worst military leaders in film history.
Are you nuts? Listen to the captain! Put that kid back! Caparzo! Put that little girl back! Caparzo, give that kid back! Caparzo, get that kid back up there!
Get your gear. Let's go.
I'm done with this mission.
You got 3 minutes to gather your gear.
There's no way I'm leaving this bitch.
3 days after D-Day, Miller reports on an action he led against fortified gun emplacements, which had a casualty rate so high
35 dead, times 2 wounded.
that his company got disbanded.
Jesus Christ. They took away your company?
To put this in context, imagine if the impromptu action Winters led against fortified gun emplacements at Breakheart Manor, earning him a Distinguished Service Cross, instead had a casualty rate so high that his company was disbanded.
Captain, you've just been killed, along with 95% of your company.
I'm losing Easy Company?
The extent of Miller's losses is shown by how the Lieutenant Colonel stares at Miller as he describes leading his men through the middle of a giant minefield.
These 2 minefields are actually one big one. We tried to make our way up through the middle of it.
You what?
So it makes sense that he was picked for the dangerous and strategically unimportant mission of saving Private Ryan, because his company was getting disbanded anyway.
Brother.
And he showed a disregard for his men's safety over completing the mission.
Are you prepared to sacrifice the lives of any of your men in this campaign? How many? 1, 2, 20?
94.
Putting the mission over the men is the key difference between them, because Winters repeatedly put himself on the line for his men, to the point of disobeying orders to avoid a needless patrol.
You will report to me that you made it across the river, into German lines. Were unable to secure any live prisoners.
This isn't to say that Miller didn't care about his men, as he was close to them, and the losses did weigh on his conscience.
When you end up killing one of your men, you tell yourself it happened so you could save the lives of 10 others, maybe 100 others.
So, having a mission which he didn't consider important meant that he couldn't justify playing God with people's lives anymore, which eventually led to an emotional breakdown with devastating consequences.
Oh my God, my
Tell us what to do. Tell us how to fix it.
Come on, wait.
His seemingly random decision to lead an unnecessary charge at a machine gun nest is obviously due to him cracking up.
Seems like an unnecessary risk, given our objective, sir.
Our objective is to win the war.
I mean, just look at how he's talking and giving orders compared to the other scenes.
All right. Three runners with suppressing fire. Mellish, you hook to the right, I'll go up to middle. Who's going left? Grab some cover, put the fire on that crew. Who's going left?
Short, Peyton, McDonald, Parks, you're next!
We advance and keep pressure on him until he has to change out his barrels. All right, let's stay out of this infilade. Use the buildings. Try a left hook. Shoot and scoot. 2 of yours, 2 of mine. Mags and clips where you can reach him, and extra grenades for the base runners. Short runs. High and low at the corners. It's gonna be tight. Be prepared for close contact. Go.
Maybe I should go left, sir.
Maybe you should shut up.
Also, note what he says to Royman.
I don't have a good feeling about this one.
When was the last time you felt good about anything?
This is more likely what he's feeling.
When was the last time you felt good about anything?
It's difficult to overstate the lunacy of this charge, or the immorality of bringing an unarmed medic with him, because even Lieutenant Norman knew the importance of keeping medics safe.
2 medics in 1 hole?
Yes, sir.
What's gonna happen to us if you take a hit, huh? Stay down! What's the matter with you? Take care of you if you get hit?
Tell us what to do. Tell us how to fix you.
This could stem from Miller having developed a disregard for people's lives, which is shown by how he didn't keep track of his own losses.
Could be Ryben on BAR, Jackson, Wade, Beasley, and Caparzo.
Beasley's dead.
All right, Mellish then. What about Talbot?
This morning.
Oh. All right.
made fun of his own men. And even laughed as his men joked about the 101st's dog tags.
See, no, you were looking at my tags. You're cheating, you know? All right, I got 3 of a kind.
What the hell are you doing?
Oh, goddamn airboat watching.
These aren't poker chips.
In fact, the medic calling out their callous behaviour obviously pushed Miller over the edge, because he immediately spiraled into despair and started hysterically shouting for James Francis Ryan.
Ryan! Anybody know Ryan? 101st Airborne? Ryan? You know a guy named Ryan? Private James Ryan from Iowa?
Deus Ex Machina!
Hey, Joe. Doesn't Mandelson pal around with Orion from C Company?
Yeah, I think so.
So from this point, Miller is no longer an effective leader, going beyond risking his own men. When Miller finds Ryan, he assumes command of some new mission to hold a bridge against tanks.
Might as well be Spitwads if they're rolling us with tanks.
Which they're sure to do.
For anyone who isn't a military strategist, Ranger and parachute regiments are both light infantry, which are not equipped to defend against tanks. So, in the face of overwhelming forces, Miller decided that instead of destroying the bridge immediately and having everyone leave with Ryan, they should try to hold the bridge to the last man and only destroy it as a last resort.
They push us back this far, last man alive blows the bridge. This position right here, this is the Alamo.
For anyone who isn't a history buff, the Alamo was a battle which the defending force did not survive.
I remember the Alamo.
The lunacy of Miller's plans for defending the bridge is summed up with these sticky bombs, which are framed like some ingenious breakthrough which will save the day. But what's the first thing we see? Removing the explosives for the sticky bombs could have also hindered destroying the bridge. Not that it mattered, because if not for the cavalry arriving just in time to save the day, Miller would have lost control of the bridge, lost his entire command, and failed to save Ryan.
Deus Ex Machina!
The character arc for Captain Miller seems to be mental and emotional decline from an effective leader to a basket case. It's possible that Miller's failure at the end of the film is thematic for failures of leadership, which is suggested by Upham's evocation of the famous Tennyson poem.
There's not a reason why, there's but to do and die.
Which refers to the disastrous charge of the Light Brigade.
I was given the order to attack by my superior officer in front of the troops. I hope you will not lay blame on me, him.
This could also apply to Omaha Beach, which is outlined in this dissertation as a tragedy of errors, with no contingencies for things not going exactly to plan.
Okay, try to repeat after me.
Planning for Omaha hadn't considered that the naval and aerial bombardments might miss, the rough tidal seas might sink all the tanks, or that every landing might be in the wrong place. Just like Miller's plans hadn't considered that there might be too many tanks to disable, that the escape routes might get cut off, or that the Alamo might get overrun before destroying the bridge. Winters also faced bad planning in Operation Market Garden when they met tanks which they weren't expecting and had no contingency for, but Easy Company retreated from the tanks and survived.
I don't like retreating.
I mean, too bad he didn't think of using sticky bomb.
War's never a picnic, although obviously soldiers do end up eating outdoors quite a lot.
Until next week, please don't do anything that we wouldn't do, would you? And if you don't do it, don't enjoy something.